Hi, I just want to give you some beginner's tips for virtual reality, especially if you have a Meta Quest 2. I got one in October for me and my husband, and we basically were non-gamers, never really played any kind of video game, and knew nothing about virtual reality. So I feel like a lot of times the directions weren't clear. So these are some tips for you. The first thing I would suggest is there is a YouTube video on the actual Oculus Meta Quest itself, the buttons, the strap, the controllers, and it is by Simple Alpaca on YouTube, Simple Alpaca, and it is called How to Use Your Oculus Quest 2 Complete Beginner's Guide. It's maybe 8 to 10 minutes, but I feel like it's a really good beginning, showing you each little part, okay? I have a different headset on it because we bought it. Also on my controllers, I bought these Kiwi controllers. Do you need them? No, you do not. Does it make it better? We think so. But basically, the only thing you need is what actually comes in the box. The headset and the two controllers and a charger. That's all you really need to be able to get started. So the first thing you're going to have to do is to have a Meta account. You used to have a Facebook account and you had to link it. You do not have to anymore. And especially if you're a person that does not want to do chats and the social part, which my husband and I do not, or if you have a child who's maybe under 16, I would suggest not. Just go to meta.com. If they're over 13, they can have their own account. If not, as a parent, you can make the account and make that the primary account, and they can play on that and you get your games on that. So there are also parental controls if you're under 16 that you can put on, which I would suggest. Some people don't even like anybody under 16 to play, but kids have been playing video games and understand it all along. I think a lot of times what the problem is that older people just don't want to play with the younger ones, and that's why they say it. But if you have a responsible young person, I think that is absolutely fine. Just put your parental controls. Don't let them do any social media or chat unless it's someone that you know they specifically know. Like, we have it private for everybody, except that my sister has one, so we did a request. You can do requests and play a lot of games with a person that has a Meta Quest in another state, another city, anywhere around the world, if you know them. I would suggest if you know them. But you can actually do it with anyone if you are an adult. I just wouldn't suggest it for children. Or if you're a person like me, and I don't want that. That's not what I want the VR for. Another tip that you want to know is that there are referral codes, which I wish someone would have told me before. So before you activate a headset, find out if someone has a referral code. Even if you didn't buy it through Meta and you bought it through Amazon, that was my mistake was. I thought I couldn't use it, but you can. And if you do, then you get a $30 credit for the Meta store for games, so that's good. Also, anyone who has a game can give you a 25% off referral code, and then they get $5 credit. So definitely don't buy a game unless, one, it's on sale, or two, you have that referral code. So after you've watched the Simple Alpaca Beginner's Guide, which shows you the power button, the controllers, I would suggest that the next thing you do is you go in and you start the setup. You've got your Meta account, you've watched all the parts of it, then set up your headset. So when you go in, it's going to tell you what to do. Just do what it says to do. Then there is a pre-installed app called First Steps. This is excellent. Anyone that comes to use my Oculus, I make them do that because it shows you how to use the controllers. It introduces you to the virtual reality world. You can play, especially if you're a person like me who I wasn't used to using controllers. It helps you to see like how you grip and how you use the trigger. And there's a lot of little fun games, stacking blocks, and there's a little paddle and a ping pong ball. There's paper airplanes you can throw. You can dance with a little robot. There's a shooting game that's fun. So it's just a great introduction, and it's a great little game. So that would be the first thing I would do. It is called First Steps. The next thing that you want to know that is probably the most important thing is to protect your lenses. Okay, these lenses are glass, and they're basically like a magnifying glass. So you know, if sunlight hits a magnifying glass, it's going to ruin it. If sunlight hits your lens, then it's going to make a spot, maybe a bigger spot. It's done. There's nothing you can do to fix that. So I always make sure, and I have a little cute one here, but there's just regular ones. Look how cute this is with the eyes. But you're going to make sure that you always have those lenses protected in there. And to clean them, you want to make sure that you use a soft microfiber cloth. This one actually came with that. So if you get one that's with the lens, and that's all you use to clean it, okay? Do not use chemicals, do not use water, don't use anything but a microfiber cloth. Do not put alcohol, nothing on your lenses, okay? And so I always just keep them in there. I keep this after, because obviously you don't want to go outside because of sunlight, but even we've had people that have said that it might be sunlight coming in through the window and hits a mirror and then hits it. So as long as it's on your face, obviously it's fine. So when it's not on your face, I would make sure I had the lens protector in it. The next tip I have is concerning Beat Saber. I do Body Combat, I do Dance Central. Those are things that can make you sweat. Also, if you're like me and you wear makeup, or you have someone that has makeup, well, then you don't want makeup to get on your headset. So there are several things you can do. First of all, for people that come over and do it, I bought these like 50 of them. You know, I'm going to have them forever. And they fit right on there so that the makeup doesn't get on there, okay? But when I work out, I found these on Amazon. These are amazing. 3 of them for like $12. So my husband and I have each have one, and then we have an extra one. And you just put that on there, and you put your headset on there, and then it stops the sweat, because you will be surprised what a workout you get and how much you sweat. So this has been amazing to have. Now, to clean the actual headset in this area that actually touches you, I got a whole bunch of these from Amazon, alcohol prep pads, and that's not on the lens, but it does good to clean all this off, the sweat, just the dead skin from your face, or if any makeup does get on it, you can use that. So that's another tip. Another thing that I wish I would have known before is the primary account that you put on there. On your headset, you can put up, I think, a primary and maybe 3 others, but you can only cast to a TV or to your phone app from the primary. I hope that changes in the future, but right now you can only do it from the primary, and I didn't know that. You can cast to the Meta Quest app on your phone, or to, like if you have a Chromecast, TV, like a smart TV, you can cast to that, where people can watch what you're doing, especially if you have more than one person. But you want to realize that I spent a lot of time trying to make the secondary account cast, and right now it's just not possible. The other tip that I want to give you, I'm going to pull this and show you, is you will be surprised how much you are in virtual reality, but you don't know where you're at. You can lose your grounding. So there are actual video game virtual reality mats used. This is just a yoga mat that I had. Anything so that when you step in on it, you feel the difference from the floor. And so I have found that has been a huge help. There will be many times when you think you're facing one way, you take the headset off, you're a different way. And so it just kind of keeps you grounded. You're going to do a guardian system, okay? But a lot of times the guardian system, we still have people that have, punched people or hit the TV or hit walls and things like that. So I just feel like it's a great tip for just making sure you know where you're at the whole time that you are doing virtual reality. So I really think that you can actually get started. I will do another video on what my favorite games are so far, but I think that you'll absolutely love your Oculus Quest 2. And if you need referral codes, or if you need any help, just let me know.